Good morning, third graders. It is Monday, March 23rd. We're on week 2 of our videos and doing our lessons at home. I hope you had an awesome weekend. I know it was kind of chilly on Saturday and Friday, and then Sunday kind of rained. So hopefully you will get some time outside this week and you have a wonderful week. We're starting off with language, lesson 130. Just kind of a review of what we've been doing and stuff we've done in the past. So I have a couple sentences on the board. Okay, you can see them. Hopefully you can. We're going to talk about fixing the mistakes. We have a couple mistakes in each sentence. So it says Blake's birthday is April 3rd. Okay, our sentence sounds right, but there's one thing that needs to be capitalized, and we need some punctuation at the end. Okay, so if you'll remember, when we need to capitalize a letter, we underline it 3 times. April should be capitalized because it's a month. And then we need punctuation at the end. Blake's birthday is April 3rd. So it's just giving us a statement. We put our punctuation and put your caret underneath. The next sentence says, we will learn AA song for Easter this year. We've got a couple mistakes in this one. First of all, my first letter of the first word in the sentence is not capitalized. Okay, we will learn AA song for Easter this year. We have a problem. We need to get rid of that word. Song for Easter. Easter's a holiday. Remember to capitalize it. It does have a period. It's kind of hard to see. So I'll make one here so you can see that. Alright, so that's review. You're going to be doing something of that on your paper. You're going to be using commas and quotation marks. You're going to have to go back in your brain and remember the different things that we talked about through part of the year. All right, we're going to talk about our 4 sentences. We have 4 kinds of sentences. We have declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. I'm going to give you a sentence. I want you to think about which one it is and see if you get it right. First one, have you ever seen a falling star? Have you ever seen a falling star? What kind of sentence is that? It's an interrogative sentence. We went camping last summer. We went camping last summer. What kind of sentence is that? I hope you said declarative. There were more stars than I had ever seen. There were more stars than I had ever seen. Okay, that should be exclamatory. It was incredible. It was incredible. Should be another exclamatory sentence. Okay, see if you know what this one is. My brother and I saw several falling stars. My brother and I saw several falling stars. I hope you said declarative. And watch the sky tonight. Watch the sky tonight. That's imperative, and sometimes those are really tricky. But remember, an imperative sentence gives a command. Maybe you will see a falling star too. Maybe you will see a falling star too. That's just a declarative sentence telling us something. Okay, let's review adjectives. We said that word adjectives a lot last week. All right, so let's see. What is an adjective? An adjective describes a noun. And what's a noun? A person, place, or thing. So adjectives are words that describe a noun. We talked about 4 questions they answer when they describe them. What questions do the adjectives answer? Do you remember them? What kind? How many? Which one? And whose? What kind? How many? Which one? And whose? So we're going to look at a couple sentences on the board. I think you can see them all right. And we're going to underline all our nouns. Then we're going to circle our adjectives and draw an arrow to the word that they describe. So I have Andrew is my big brother. Okay? Andrew is a noun. And brother is a noun. Is there any word in this sentence that talks about Andrew? Okay? No. There's no adjective to describe him. But what about Andrew is my big brother? Big describes brother, and so does my. So I'm going to draw an arrow from, you can just connect it if you want, or you can draw an arrow either way. So my and big describe the brother. Mom used that broom to sweep. Well, mom is a noun. Broom is a noun. So mom, there's nothing describing anything about mom. Okay? But that is describing the broom. Which broom? That broom. So you're going to be doing more of that this week, and we're going to also be diagramming adjectives because we can diagram subjects and verbs. So we're going to add our adjectives to those this week too. All right, let's look at our language paper. It is a review page. It says, remember these proofreader marks. The first one you use when a letter is not capitalized that needs to be. Then you use your insert, or we call it a caret, your delete mark, and a spelling mistake. You are going to be looking for a lot of things. You're going to be looking for capital letters, days of the week, months, names, capitalized, holidays, other proper nouns, names of cities and states. You're going to be doing punctuation at the end of every sentence. You're going to be doing commas. And I think there is at least one with quotation marks. So that's what on page 147, remember A, use proofreader marks to insert punctuation, mark capital letters, delete incorrect words, and mark the spelling mistakes. On right B says use capital letters to correctly write the following proper nouns. Proper noun, if you remember, a proper noun names a specific person, place, or thing. So they want you to write your name, the name of your town or city, the name of your best friend, the name of your favorite book, and the name of your state. So your parents can help you if you need spelling with any of those. They can help you out with that. So that covers language for today. We're going to move on to math. I need to erase a little on the board. Hopefully you're understanding adjectives. They make, like I said before, they make reading more fun, and they just make life so much better when you can describe something. All right, we're going to do some more mixed numbers today. I want to review a little bit of rounding. Make sure we understand rounding to the nearest dollar. Just do a couple of those. So let me get those on the board. And then a couple problems that will help us with today. All right. I hope you are still working on your multiplication facts. We are now up through 11, and we're going to do dividing 10 and 11 this week also. All right, let's talk about rounding. Remember, when we round to the nearest dollar, we want to look at the cents. You always want to look at the cents. After the decimal point, you want to look at your cents. And you want to look for, if it is 1 cent to 49 cents, we're going to round down to the previous dollar. But if it's 50 cents to 99 cents, we're going to round up to the next dollar. When we have rounded dollars, that means we have no cents. So 496 is going to round, look at your 96, it's going to round up. So it's going to round up to $5. But if you have $10.09, you're going to look at your 9 cents. 9 is going to round down to just $10. And like I just said, when you've rounded to the nearest dollar, you have no cents. All right, we're going to talk about some more mixed numbers. It can be a little tricky. Let's say you and your friend have 3 cookies. Okay, now when there's just 2 of you, it can be hard to share 3 cookies, but you can actually do it. Okay, so if you want to find half of 3, okay, we got 3 cookies here. You and your friend want to split them. Well, this is mine, this is yours. Okay, if I take this last one and split it, this is mine, this is yours. Okay, move this a little bit, make sure you can see. Let me do that again because I think my podium was in the way. So we have 3 cookies. This is my cookie, this is your cookie. We have 1 left. Well, we're going to split it. This will be mine, this will be yours. So you'll get 1 1/2. So I have this whole cookie, and then I get half of this. So half of 3 would be 1 1/2. So it has the mixed numbers like we've been doing with dividing. You'll remember that you divide the whole number by the denominator of the fraction and get your answer. Like we did whenever it was, if we say half of 12. 12 divided by 2 equals 6. So we're going to look at these couple problems I have on the board and then do some on your paper. So I have half of 15. Well, we can't just divide 15 in half. Okay, so you're going to have to, I would suggest getting extra piece of paper. There's not a ton of room on your paper, but if you have some notebook paper you could work on, because all you have to do is make a division problem. You take this divided by that. So 2 into 15. Let's see. 2 goes into 15 7 times. It's 14 minus, your answer's 1. So you're going to write your answer with a fraction remainder. It will tell you when to do that. So we have 7 1/2. So 1/2 of 15 is 7 1/2. Okay, let me move this over so you can see the next one. All right, we have 1/4 of 25. So we're going to divide 25 divided by 4. Well, 4 goes into 25 how many times? 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 6 is 24. So I subtract, and then I want to write my remainder as a fraction. Like I said, it'll tell you when to do that. So it'll be 6 1/4. So 1/4 of 25 is 6 1/4. So let's look at math page 259. And up in purple box, it says, when you find the fractional part of a whole number, the answer is sometimes a mixed number, which is a whole number plus a fraction. Number 1, divide the whole number by the denominator of the fraction. 2, write the remainder as a fraction with the same denominator. So the denominator will stay the same. You just write the number that you get when you subtract when you've divided. So number 1, it says to divide the fractional part of each whole number, remember to write each remainder as a fraction. So on A, B, and C, you probably need to take out an extra piece of paper. If you can do it in your head, great. If you can't, that's fine too. You can work on a piece of paper. And then for I'm sorry, they actually give you room underneath. I was not looking correctly. So you don't need an extra piece of paper. You actually can do the work right underneath it. I am sorry about that. All right, so hopefully you understand those. If not, ask Mom and Dad and they can shoot me a question if I need to go over it more on the video. All right, on number 2, when it says solve the story problem, you have 2 steps. And then B, I was going to work on the board with you, so let me get that up on the board. It's kind of a challenging one. I'm sure you can get it, but I wanted to work it on the board. So we have, Mr. Lee has 15 feet of oak board and 16 yards of pine boards. So how many feet of wood does he have? So we want to find feet. So we start with 15 feet. Okay? And then he has 16 yards of pine board. So 16 yards. And we want to know how many feet. Okay, so that's how we set it up first. It's going to be our measurement conversions. So we want feet, so this stays the same. We add, and now we need to know how many feet are in 16 yards. So do your box. 1, 2, 3. Special number goes there. Okay, so how many yards, well, first, sorry, getting ahead of ourselves. Yards to feet. So yards to feet, multiply. Okay, so how many feet are in a yard? And that would be 3. So you're going to take 16 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. Carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. So 48. Now you're going to add. If you need to go over to the side, you can put 15 plus 48. And you're going to get 63. So you write it here. Alright, if we look on the back of your paper, 3, divide and check. 4, solve the equation. I want you to try that. If you have problems, let your parents know and I will work it out for you if you're having trouble with that. Number 5, temperature. 6, round to the nearest dollar. 7, reduce to lower terms. And then brain booster, and then homework, a couple problems there. All right, that concludes for math. So that's our language and our math. Science, you'll have a test. The test is to be taken on a Wednesday. So we're going to go over chapter 11, part 6 about time and navigation. I hope this week you guys can get out at night. I know sometimes we have to go to bed. It gets dark later. But if mom and dad let you stay up, maybe you guys can all go out as a family or something and look at the stars. See if you can find any of these constellations we've talked about. And just enjoy God's handiwork, because it is amazing what he has created. All right, as we finish up this chapter, we're going to talk about time and navigation. It says, throughout history, people have used the location of stars for tracking time and for navigation. Farmers around the world have used the position of the Big Dipper to help them know when to plant their crops. The patterns of the constellation have helped farmers know the change in seasons more accurately than the weather or temperature sometimes could. Early astronomers observed the night skies, recording their observations, and drew elaborate star charts to track the positions of the sun, moon, stars, and planets. These charts and some simple instruments enabled ancient seafarers to navigate unfamiliar waters to find their way home. That would be seafarers. I'm sorry about that. The compass was an early navigational instrument that enabled sailors to tell them which direction they were moving. Sailors needed steady reference points to track their progress. They found these reference points in stars. Navigators used the Big Dipper to help them locate the North Star. Very important star. It is above the tip of the Big Dipper's cup. So you're going to read today how important the North Star is. And that number one question on page 174 is actually also going to be on your test. So you need to know how the North Star helps them. So you're going to read on page 173, and then you'll do 174. Then tomorrow you can do we'll go over review pages, and then have a test on Wednesday. I hope you have an awesome Monday. I hope you're going to participate in our virtual spirit week. I forgot to mention that on the second grade video, but we're going to have some fun ideas this week, and so I hope to see pictures, and your parents let me know what a great day you have. I hope you have a pajama day and get to watch a movie today, and tell me your favorite bedtime story. Have your mom and dad send me a message on Facebook, or post on Facebook, or remind or something, and let me know what's your favorite bedtime story. So I hope you had an awesome Monday, and I will see you for Tuesday.